Welcome back everyone to the channel. So on the MSN today, it's being reported that the former Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner is set to make a comeback and take on Keir Starmer for the top job. Now, in the story, it claims that she is already offering MPs cabinet roles. She has the backing of the union, and it could be any day now that she makes her move. Now, first of all, let me just state, as bad as Keir Starmer is, Angela Rayner will be an absolute disaster. The ideology that she has for open door immigration, pro-illegal immigration, she believes in the nonsense like 100 genders. She basically is the epiphany of the far left. Now, we're saying all that, I think she's also probably quite a nice lady, but her political ideology couldn't be further from what the majority of the country is. Now, under Keir Starmer, this far left ideology has kind of been kept at bay. One thing Starmer did do well leading up to the general election was he realised that the middle of the road voters decide general elections. The people who vote Tony Blair, they went on to vote David Cameron and in turn voted Keir Starmer. There will be none of that under Angela Rayner. Her strings will be being pulled by these radical charities, these radical groups that want to see many disastrous things for our country. Anybody who speaks out will be branded a racist like never before, and any opposition within the party will simply be kicked out straight away. Now, some of that does sound familiar to Keir Starmer, and I'm by no means a fan of Keir Starmer. I think Keir Starmer is actually an evil man for some of the business that he's had the police and the courts do to people over Facebook tweets and this business with the digital ID cards. They're all, let's be honest, in the Labour Party, they are all dictators. At least with the Conservative Party, you do get backbench rebels, especially during the last administration when Theresa May was in power. You had about 150 MPs who would rebel against the government under Jason Rees-Mogg. But this Labour government are particularly bad, and under Angela Rayner it will be far worse. So it does worry me on that aspect. However, it could not be in the long run better news for Nigel Farage and Reform UK, who are already winning in the polls. But when Angela Rayner has been in power 6 months, not only will she be an unelected Prime Minister, but she will also have turned off masses and masses of people who probably aren't that pro to Nigel Farage. But just like we saw with Kamala Harris over in America, people who didn't like Donald Trump, they call them independent voters over there, people who don't like Donald Trump, did not want that far left ideology in the United States of America, and the people over here, the middle down the road, will not want Angela Rayner. They won't vote the Conservatives in mass numbers because they will realise that that's a vote split. The same with the Lib Dems, and Nigel Farage will win. Now, there'll be an argument from the Labour ranks saying they will get voters back from the Green Party and voters back from the Lib Dems, and they may well do, but nothing compared to the millions and millions of voters that they will lose. When it comes to questions being asked to Angela Rayner about transgender, can a person born a man become a woman, Angela Rayner probably won't stutter like Keir Starmer did. She will probably give the journalist the answer that they want. She will probably be honest on what her ideology is. And if she doesn't, do you know what will happen? She'll turn the far left off. So either way, she will be screwed. Her best bet would simply go far left and try to keep as many of those voters as she can. But that will only lead to a big Farage victory. But let me know what you think. First of all, can Angela Rayner become the next Prime Minister? I think she can. The Labour Party are so desperate for change with Keir Starmer, and do you agree with me that if she does, it will be the biggest gift to Reform UK? It will lead to an early general election because she's unelected. And this is one last point. Angela Rayner, when under pressure by someone who she thinks is far right, like Nigel Farage, you will see the venom come out. I have seen it so many times here across Greater Manchester, which has always been run by Labour. That's when these people are challenged, you see the real venomous come out of them. They have been campaigners and opposition for far too long that they can no longer talk about anything serious when it comes to running the country. They always revert back to type, which is to call everybody a racist, everybody far right, and have that angry mentality that the left have. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.